Hi, Feminists. My name is Alzael, patriarchal member 149775518, Token Division. As a duly designated representative of the male-dominated society that oppresses you, I thought we could talk for a moment. This will actually be a Part 2 talk, simply as a result of personal time constraints. Anyways, the whole women against feminism thing has been a big topic lately among the gynocentrically advantaged. For those who don't know, the women against feminism took up the cute little feminist habit of making selfies of themselves holding signs to express their opinions. Except the women against feminism actually have more than 3 opinions to go around. But anyways, in response to this, several feminists have been producing what they call satirical attempts to shed light on the women against feminists and how wrong they are. The thing is, they clearly have no idea of how to either be satirical or funny, so I thought I would help them out a bit and show them why this isn't funny. And the example that I'm going to use is this one. This is Rebecca Brink, and this is her attempt at satire. I don't need feminism because I have poor reasoning skills, and I have failed to see aggressive or defensive feminist rhetoric within the context of centuries of ongoing violence against women. I don't need feminism because all the really bad stuff that happens to women only happens to women in other countries, right? And who cares about other countries anyways, right? See, the first problem here is that of context. The most important aspect of proper satire and much of humor is the need for context. Take this satirical look at the "If I Were a Boy" images from Razorblade Candy.
If I were a boy, I'd treat girls as humans that should be respected.
If I were a girl, I'd treat men as people, and not ATMs and ladders to popularity.
If I were a boy, I'd take the time to have a conversation.
If I were a girl, I'd take the time to become an interesting human being instead of a boring man-hating self-centered gossip queen, and then maybe men would enjoy talking to me.
If I were a boy, I'd educate myself about feminism.
If I were a girl, I'd work towards real equality by not joining the cult of me.
Now, do you see what he did? He showed the original and then used that as a frame of reference for the joke. That way, people can understand what his point is because they understand what he is pointing back to. At no point on this site, or at no point in any of this, do they show the other side. They don't show the actual arguments you're talking about for some reason. Well, okay, we all know the reason, but without context, your attempts just fall flat. It could still kind of be called funny, but it's only funny in the sense of pure silliness, not wit. It's the difference between Richard Pryor and Tom Green. You're not getting laughs, you're being laughed at. See, this here doesn't say brilliant satire. This says crazy cat lady. It's not satire, it's just random. Also, on another note, satire is not outwardly vicious. It's supposed to be sharp and biting, precise, subtle. Also literate. You ladies, I need feminism because feminists put out. Ooh, how biting. How mature, how... Fuck, that's just fucking stupid. I don't need feminism because I want boys to like me. Yeah, you see my point here? This is not satire, it's just fucking random. Now look, I don't claim to be a master of satire, but that being said, you can look back at my PSA video and see an example of satire in action. When I did it, I played the whole thing straight. I didn't make stupid faces at the camera, wear a bunch of different wigs, look idiotic, and write a bunch of ranty nonsense. Here's another example of proper satire.
This man, I stand by this man because he stands for things. Not only for things, he stands on things. Things like aircraft carriers and rubble and recently flooded city squares. And that sends a strong message that no matter what happens to America, she will always rebound with the most powerfully staged photo ops in the world. Now, there may be an energy crisis. Well, this president has a very forward-thinking energy policy. Why do you think he's down on the ranch cutting that brush all the time? He's trying to create an alternative energy source. By 2008, we will have a mesquite-powered car.
And now here, effectively, is what you're doing.
And you got all kinds. You got these transvesticles. You ever see them? That's a nice Sunday surprise. Meet the girl of your dreams, you're whiny, you're diny, you take her home, you put your hand up her skirt, you hold in a tree trunk. What's this, a gift, honey? Bisexuals are my favorite. They're cute, aren't they? They must get up in the morning and flip a coin. Yeah, heads I want hair pie, tails, balls across the nose. I mean...
Except, you know, the Dice Man is actually fucking hilarious. The bottom line to this is that none of you are actually making any points. At least not in reference to what you're supposed to be satirizing. The women against feminist arguments are still perfectly valid and people can see that. You're just trying to cover that up by dancing a silly little jig and screaming, "Look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm silly!" And in many cases you're proving their points. Take this. Now, let's look at some of the responses. Exactly.